Once upon a time, when the children were young, which was yesterday if you ask me, and prehistory if you ask them, we had a problem. Not that we didn't always have problems, but this was a problem that we had never had before. Now we had it only because the children were growing up, which by itself is a problem. Out of the clear blue sky of a cold December, they asked for a Christmas tree. Well, in the manner of adults, we didn't answer. Not because we didn't want to, but only because we didn't know what to say. Usually, we celebrated Hanukkah, the Jewish version or variation of Christmas. And we wanted the children to grow up in a tradition and a religion that happened to call the midwinter celebration not Christmas, but Hanukkah. Well, after long talks, we decided to tell both children that some people celebrated Christmas and some celebrated Hanukkah, and some people wouldn't know what the meaning of either holiday was if you painted them a picture. The effect of the explanation was that the children called us the two Scrooges and asked repeatedly, why couldn't they have a Christmas tree? Why? My father, who was called Grandpa even by me because he seemed to belong to the children and to no one else, tried to explain about religion. He told them that religions are personal expressions of belief and that everyone had a religion, some more, some less, and some absolutely. A Christmas tree belonged to another religion of which we just happened not to be subscribers. Why not? Well, we weren't, that's all. Well, the children complained, could we be just for Christmas? Grandpa tried to explain that things just didn't work that way. We weren't going to have a tree. We were going to celebrate Hanukkah, and that was that. As the 25th of December came closer and closer, the children grew more insistent. Their father took refuge in history and philosophy and tried to explain the whys and wherefores through H.G. Wells, Louis Brown, Descartes, and Bulfinch. These eminent men, however, who had made their impressions on a world of thinkers, could not explain why two children shouldn't have a Christmas tree. The night before Christmas was a night of low spirit. I wanted to give in, my husband wanted to give in, Grandpa couldn't stand it, put on his overcoat and stomped out of the house. We tried getting smiles with songs and stories, funny faces and silly costumes, but nothing made an impression. I would have liked some sort of miracle right then and there, but my husband, a scientist, wouldn't allow it. Besides, we had made our decision, and even if it was wrong, it was a decision, and we were stuck with it. Just as we were about to put the children to bed, Grandpa came home. He walked through the door, carrying a big green pine tree and a little red stand. The children yelled, ran to him, thanked him for their Christmas tree. Grandpa looked down at the children, straightened a few bent branches on the tree, and with a Talmudic gesture that called for silence, gravely announced that this was not a Christmas tree. It was, he pronounced, with a special glare at me, a Hanukkah bush.